The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the March 26th meeting of the local planning agency to order at 7 p.m. If everyone please rise and join me in the pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. I have a few introductory remarks. Hello and welcome. I'm Chair Adam Miller, and I'll be presiding over this meeting. As we begin, I'd like to review a few housekeeping items for remote participation. Public comment will be solicited during each actionable agenda item. Once I ask for public comment on an item, please click Raise Hand in the GoToWebinar in order to make public comment. Before being individually identified, all members of the public will be muted. Village staff will announce the speaker by stating their name and unmute their audio to allow up to 3 minutes of public comment. When called, please state your name and address for the record and proceed with your comment, speaking clearly during your allotted time. Do not use the chat or question function to GoToWebinar, as these functions will not be monitored during the meeting, and please limit background noise to the extent possible. As a reminder, this meeting can be viewed live on Comcast Local Channel 18 or streamed at royalpalmbeach.com/YouTube. Okay, Sarah, can we have the roll call, please?
Yes. I have Chairman Adam Miller,
Here.
Vice Chairman Laura McClellan,
Here.
Commissioner David Leland,
Here.
Commissioner Caraderi.
Here.
I have Commissioner Kamar Williams.
Here.
I have Andrew Alba, alternate 1. He's here. And then I have Jonathan Dickinson, alternate 2.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
So I'd like to, the first order of business is the minutes from the February 27th local planning agency meeting. Do I have a motion on the minutes?
I move approval of the minutes from February 27th.
Motion made by Commissioner McClellan. Do I have a second?
I second. Go ahead.
Seconded by Commissioner Williams. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion, minutes pass 5-0. Okay, our only item on the agenda is application number 23-187RZ, Primrose Schools parking lot. The applicant, Bar Education, Inc., is requesting rezoning approval to rezone a 0.235 more or less acre parcel from the village's public ownership PO zoning district to the industrial general IG zoning district for a property located at 6846 Seminole Palms Drive. Mitty, I'll pass it over to you if you need.
Thank you. Is the applicant present? Can you come to the podium and give the commission your name for the record?
Andrea Kaiser on behalf of the applicant, Bar Education, Inc., doing business as the Primrose School of Royal Palm Beach.
Thank you. I'll swear you in and also staff as well at the same time. If you'd raise your right hand, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. I'll turn to the local planning agency and ask for any ex parte disclosures on this item.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitty. Josie, over to you, sir.
Good evening, Commissioners. Joshua Ledger with the Development Services, Planning and Zoning Department. The applicant is seeking a rezoning approval to rezone a .235 approximately acre parcel from the village public ownership zoning district to the industrial general zoning district for the property that's located at 6846 Seminole Palms Drive. The property is currently vacant. The applicant has indicated in their justification statement that the ultimate goal is to develop the property for the purpose of providing additional parking spaces for the existing Primrose School. The subject property was just a brief history on this property. The subject property was previously owned by the Village of Royal Palm Beach and was purchased by Artemis Investment LLC. It is important to note that within the agreement of the purchase and the sale of real property, the terms as to how the property is to be used is outlined in section 1.03, and a zoning map amendment also referred to as a rezoning is a requirement derived from that agreement. I'll just briefly go over some of the requirements based on Section 1.03 of the agreement. The buyer intends to incorporate the east parcel into its existing Artemis academic institution located at 300 and 400 World Commerce Park to provide additional parkings for the institution, referred to as the intended use. The seller agrees to sell the east parcel to the buyer for the intended use. The buyer acknowledges that in order to develop the intended use on the east parcel, the buyer shall be required to obtain a development approvals from the Village of Royal Palm Beach, which include comprehensive plan amendment, a rezoning, site plan special exceptions. To date, the applicant submits the applications referring to the agreement to date. So right now, the rezoning is in front of you. You previously saw the comp plan amendment. Village staff generally agrees with the applicant assertions, compliance with the Village of Royal Palm Beach Comprehensive Plan, Village Code, and state statutes. Overall, the proposed rezoning is generally consistent with the Village Comprehensive Plan, compatible with the adjacent land uses, and meets all relevant concurrency level of service standards, and therefore, staff requests or recommendations of approval be submitted to Village Council for application number 23-187 and ordinance number 1045. This concludes my presentation. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Kaiser, do you have anything to add?
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners. Thank you again for the opportunity to present the Primrose School of Royal Palm Beach before you. And for anyone that celebrates, just wishing you a very happy Easter this weekend. We had the opportunity to appear before you last month to talk about the comprehensive plan amendment. As staff mentioned, we're here for the rezoning. And I just want to add the additional comment that the purpose of this approval is to effectuate the agreement that we entered into with the village to purchase this adjacent parcel of land. And if you have any questions, I'm here available.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kaiser. Commissioners, we have any questions? Commissioner Derry?
No questions or comments.
Commissioner Leland? No. I have none. Commissioner McClellan? Commissioner Wilson? Okay. I'd like to open the floor to public comment on this item. Do we have anyone online? Okay, I'm going to close the floor to public comment. Do we have a motion on this item?
A motion to approve application number 23-187.
Motion made by Commissioner Derry. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Vice Chair Commissioner McClellan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? This passes. Congratulations, Ms. Kaiser.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
For the local planning agency, our next meeting is Tuesday, April 23rd. We'll adjourn this meeting and switch over to planning and zoning. I'd like to call the March 26th meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission to order at 7:07 p.m. Sarah, I think you can let the roll call match what we did before. I'm missing the word. Right? Okay.
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
That's fine. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Our first item is the minutes from the February 27th meeting. Do I have a motion on those?
Move approval of the minutes from the February 27th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting.
Motion made by Commissioner McClellan. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Williams. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The minutes pass 5-0. Okay, our first agenda item, application number 23-178 AAR, Paint Lux Auto Body Signage. The applicant, HM2V Inc., on behalf of AMG Business Enterprises LLC, is requesting architectural approval to install new wall and monument signage for an existing auto collision repair facility for a property located at 500 Royal Plaza Road. Mitty, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can you approach the podium, sir, and give the commission your name, please?
My name is Vincent Kafer. I'm on behalf of the applicant.
Thank you, Mr. Kafer. And I'll swear you in, Josu, I'll swear you in again since this is a different meeting. Can you raise your right hand, Mr. Kafer? Thank you. Do you both swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. And I'll turn back to the commission and ask for any ex parte disclosures.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitty. Josie, over to you, sir.
Thank you. Application number 23-178 AR. The applicant is requesting architectural approval to install new wall and monument signage for the existing Paint Lux facility. Property is located at 500 Royal Plaza Road. The request includes a new wall signs on the north facade of the building and modifications to the existing monument sign positioned along the southern Boulevard Road. This slide illustrates the existing and proposed wall signage. As you can see on the second elevation there, Pentlux, it's already there. The wording Pentlux is existing, and they're proposing collision next to it. And the slide illustrates the existing and proposed changes to the monument sign along Southern Boulevard. Staff is recommending approval of application number 23-178 as submitted. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kafer, do you have anything to add or a presentation you'd like to make?
No, just to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, sir. Great. Commissioners, Commissioner Williams, any questions?
No questions.
Commissioner McClellan? I have none. Commissioner Leland?
I think it looks good.
Commissioner Derry?
Nope.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to open the floor to public comment on this item. No, it's a lie. In teaching, it's like you wait, you ask a question, you wait for like 5 seconds. Okay, I'll close the floor to public comment. So do I have a motion on this item?
I'll make a motion that we accept application 23-178 AAR.
Motion made by Commissioner Leland. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Derry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Congratulations, Mr. Kiefer. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Item number 2, application 23-179 MPM, Basis Independent School Pod 7. The applicant Gunster, on behalf of EDX Royale Property LLC, is requesting a master plan modification in order to convert the reference use for Pod 7 on the master plan from a charter school to a public and private academic institution for a property located on the south side of Southern Boulevard, approximately 0.27 miles west of State Road 7, US 441. Mitty, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your name, sir, for the record?
For the record, Brian Seymour with Gunster.
Thank you. Is anyone else going to be speaking on this item tonight?
Only to answer questions if need be. We do have our consultant team with us and a couple representatives of Basis, so if we're going to swear in people, I would throw
Yep,
them
let's
all up
do it
just
all
in
at
case.
once if we could, just in case if there's any questions. Could you all raise your right hands for me? Thank you. Do you all swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Do.
Thank you. And I'll turn back to the commission and ask for any ex parte disclosures on this item.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitty. Josie, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Application number 23-179, master sign for Basis Independent School. The applicant is requesting master plan modification approval to modify the Village Royale, formerly known as Total Royale, master plan in order to convert the reference use for Pod 7 on the master plan from charter school to a public and private academic institution. It is important to note that Village Code Section 26-32 F5B8, intended use of all buildings and structures requires that the intended use for each building be labeled on the site plan. This is one of the reasons why this project is in front of you. This slide illustrates the approved master plan of record, which indicate the previously approved charter school, circled in red. This slide illustrates the proposed master plan indicating the intended use for public or private academic institution. The total number of students are not changing. Parking, building footprints, they all will remain the same as previously approved. Therefore, staff requests a recommendation of approval be submitted to Village Council regarding application number 23-179 and resolution number 23-54. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Does Lisa's husband have a presentation or anything to add?
John's going to call her as soon as we leave. So we do have a presentation. I'm happy to walk through it. It's very similar to what Josie just went through. I think the simpler way to do this, this is really about a simple change to take out the word charter because that's not in the code. We're going just straight to the code language because this was in the resolution and on the master plan, same with the site plan. That's what we're doing tonight. So I'm happy to do a presentation if you want, or we can just answer any questions if you have any.
No questions.
Great. Sure, we have no questions. Okay, I usually do my spiel. Okay. I'd like to open the floor to public comment on this item. Anyone online? Okay, I'll close the floor to public comment. Do we have a motion on this item?
I make a motion to approve application 23-179 MPM.
Motion made by Commissioner Williams. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chair McClellan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Congratulations, Lisa's husband.
Thank you very much.
Got one more? Okay.
Have one more.
I'll do it again then.
Got to do the
Okay.
site plan too.
Okay.
You can keep calling me Lisa's husband all night.
I'm going to. Okay, next item on the agenda is application number 23-180 SPM, Basis Independent School Pod 7. The applicant Gunster, on behalf of EDX Royale Property LLC, is requesting site plan modification approval in order to convert the reference use for Pod 7 from a charter school to a public and private academic institution for a property located on the south side of Southern Boulevard, approximately 0.27 miles west of State Road 7, US 441. Committee?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Same thing. The applicant has been sworn, so I'll just ask the commission for any ex partes on this item.
No.
Thank you.
Josie, over to you, sir.
Chair, for the same reason, the site plan also has to be modified to identify the strict highlighted use in the code, public and private institution. Obviously pursuant to Village Code 26-325 F5B8, the intended use shall be labeled on the site plan. This slide illustrates the proposed site plan indicating the intended use. Again, as mentioned, nothing else is changing. Therefore, staff recommends the board to submit a recommendation of approval to Village Council regarding application number 23-180 and resolution 23-55. This concludes my presentation.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Commissioners, do we have any questions?
No questions.
Good. Okay, I'd like to open the floor to public comment on this item. Anyone online? Okay, I'll close the floor to public comment. Do we have a motion on this item?
I move approval of application 23-180 SPM.
Thank you. Motion made by Commissioner McClellan. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Derry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Now I can say congratulations, Lisa's
Thank
husband.
you very much.
Thank you. Say hi to Lisa for me. Thanks.
Have a good night.
See ya. Okay, moving right along. Application number 23-127 SPAR Jabrewski's. The applicant Kotler and Hearing, on behalf of Andrade Associates Limited Partnership, is requesting a site plan and architectural aesthetic review approval to construct a 4,090 more or less square foot restaurant with outdoor dining, associated landscape improvements and signage for a property located at 1301 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. Mitty, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The applicant looks like he has made his way to the podium. Could you state your name for the record, sir?
Kotler and Hearing.
Thank you, sir. Can you raise your right hand for me? This is quasi-judicial. This is the next item, so I'll swear you in for both at the same time. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you, sir. And I'll turn to the commission for ex parte disclosures on this item. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitty. Josu?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Application number 23-127 SPAR. The applicant is requesting site plan and architectural aesthetic review approval to construct a 4,090 square foot restaurant with outdoor dining associated with landscape improvements and signage for property located at 1301 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. The applicant is also seeking architectural approval for the building architecture, color, materials, and landscape plan. Just a quick history on this. The site was previously site planned and utilized as a Dunkin' Donuts, which was recently demolished because of the proposed restaurant, Jabrowski's Restaurants. It is also worth noting that the previous Dunkin' Donut has since moved immediately north of the property. A landscape waiver application is being reviewed concurrently with this application associated with the property, which is the next application on tonight's agenda. This slide illustrates the proposed site plan. The new 4,090 square foot standalone building is highlighted in red, And the outdoor dining, approximately 540 square feet, is highlighted in blue. Access to the site will be provided from two full access points off of Royal Palm Beach Boulevard and Waterway Plaza and Turner Drive. The applicant is also seeking architectural approval for the building, architecture, color, materials, and landscape. This slide illustrates the proposed landscape plan. This slide illustrates the proposed elevation and materials. And this slide illustrates the proposed interior as well as exterior renderings. Staff requests a recommendation of approval of application number 23-127, AAR, and resolution number 23-46 be submitted to the Village Council. This recommendation is contingent upon the approval of the requested landscape waivers. This concludes my presentation. I'll be glad to answer any question.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Missimer, did I get that right?
That's correct.
Do you have a presentation you'd like to add anything?
Yeah, I agree with everything that Josu said. I can run through our presentation in the interest of time, but we do have some nice images that we'd like to share. So again, for the record, my name is George Missimer with Kotler and Hearing. We do have two applications tonight. I can go through briefly both of those, and then I think we have the landscape waiver following the site plan vote. We do have a representative of our property owner as well as our restaurant owner here tonight. The location, as Josie went over, we are just north of the intersection of Okeechobee and Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. We are consistent use with our existing land use and zoning. As mentioned, this site was previously site plan and approved. The building has since been demolished. The comparison between the previously approved site plan and what we're proposing, we're substantially reducing the building square footage, increasing the green space, and increasing the surrounding buffers, as well as enhancing the landscape. So overall, a large improvement. This is the site as it exists today. So just to the north is the new Dunkin' Donuts building, which our client, Mr. Andretti, developed and has since demolished this building. So it's part of his plan to revamp these properties to really enhance this location. Some brief site data, all of this just to say that we are consistent with our land development requirements as required by the Village Code, but for the two isolated landscape waiver that we're requesting, which we'll go over shortly. So our proposed site plan, again, is a 4,090 square foot standalone restaurant building. We are utilizing the existing access points, but we are reducing some of the pavement widths that were out there as part of the original approval. Our landscape plan, we are preserving a number of existing trees out there. These are established trees that provide some signature to the area, and we are supplementing that with enhanced landscaping, really increasing the green space on the property. Now the landscape waivers. So there's two waivers. They're both for the same requirement. Now technically, since the approval of the adjacent Lakeside Landings community, which rezoned the adjacent parcel from a commercial to a residential property, we are required a 25-foot landscape buffer adjacent to that land, and the driveway to the south is part of that property. So requiring the 25-foot landscape buffer for this piece being less than an acre in size would substantially reduce any developable potential for the property. So we are enhancing the existing buffers, actually increasing the one just to the west side of the property. So the proposed landscape as it will exist, including off-site improvement areas. The Waterway Plaza internal drive is being redeveloped as part of that Lakeside Landings community, so it's actually going to be increased to an overall 28-foot landscape area as well. On the west side, the overall would be almost 70 feet. The architecture of the building, designed by SSC Architects, very good architectural design, including some different materials as well as textures of the building, providing some articulation, really creating an interesting look for the building. And here's a couple of those renderings, a little bit closer up to see ultimately what that'll look like. So we feel like this is a great addition to the village, and we're happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, do we have any questions? Commissioner Derry?
Looks nice.
Commissioner Leland?
Sure beats that vacant land.
I do agree. It looks great. Hopefully it'll be great food as well. Commissioner McCullen?
I don't have any questions.
Commissioner Williams?
Okay, I do agree with you guys with how it looks. It looks nice, but I know the pizza, personally, it tastes pretty much really good. So I'm more excited to have Jabrowski's closer down here versus having to go all the way up to Loxahatchee area.
Awesome.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to open the floor to public comment on this item. Anyone in line? Okay, I'll close the floor to public comment. Do I have a motion on this item?
And Mr. Chair, while you're calling for a motion, just a reminder for the board, the way that these were placed on the agenda, any motion for approval on the site plan and architectural item would be contingent upon ultimate approval of the landscape waiver. Josu said that in his staff report, but I just wanted to make sure you remembered that as well.
Thank you, Mitty. So do we have a motion on this item?
I move to approve application 23-127 SPAAR with the conditions.
Motion made by Commissioner Williams with conditions. Do I have a second? Commissioner Leland. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. So we're on to the next item. Application number 23-128 LW Jabrowski's. The applicant Kotler in hearing on behalf of Andrade Associates Limited Partnership is requesting a landscape waiver approval. Consideration of 2 landscape waivers from SEC 15-131B1 to allow for a 10-foot landscape buffer along the west property line where village code requires 25 feet, and to allow for an 11.5-foot landscape buffer along the south property line where village code requires 25 feet for a property located at 1301 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. Committee?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The applicant was sworn on the previous item, so he remains sworn. I'll just ask for ex parte disclosures on this item. Thank you.
Josu?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Application number 23-128. The applicant is requesting landscape waiver approval for 2 landscape waivers from section 15-131B1 to allow for a 10-foot landscape buffer along the west property line where village code requires 25 feet, and to allow for an 11.5-foot landscape buffer along the south property line where village code requires 25 feet. Property is located at 1301 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. This slide illustrates waiver 1 and the location of waiver 1 highlighted and purple. Waiver from section 15-131B1 to allow for a 10-foot landscape buffer along the west property line as shown in the landscape plan on the screen. Code requires 25 feet, therefore a waiver to reduce the required buffer width by 15 feet. This buffer will contain all required landscape materials. The applicant contends that the location subject to this waiver is located on the west property line, abutting a portion of land of the adjacent property where construction is not feasible. This slide illustrates waiver 2 to the south property line. The waivers from section 15-131B1 to allow for an 11.5-foot landscape buffer along the south property line where village codes require 25 feet. The necessity, the applicant contends that the necessity for this waiver is in response to the western property owner's acquisition of the driveway. Therefore, it is now considered residential property. Strict adherence to the mentioned code requirements is neither feasible nor logical. Staff generally concurs with the applicant's assessment. Staff believe that these 2 waivers are the minimum waivers necessary to allow reasonable use of the property. Staff requests a recommendation for approval be submitted to the Village Council regarding application number 23-128 and order landscape waiver number 23-05. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Misimer, you have anything to add, sir?
Nothing to add on that. Happy to answer any questions.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Williams, do you have any questions or comments?
No questions, no comments.
Commissioner McClellan? I just want to say thank you for keeping the trees there that are already there. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Commissioner Leland.
None.
Commissioner Derrick? Okay, I'd like to open the floor to public comment on this item. It's wait time. Anyone online? Okay, I'll close the floor to public comment. Do I have a motion on this item?
I'll make a motion that we accept application number 23-128LW.
Motion made by Commissioner Leland. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chair McClellan. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Congratulations, Mr. Missimer. Congratulations, team. Thank you.
Welcome to the community.
Yep. Forward to the pizza. So commissioners, the next planning and zoning meeting will be on Tuesday, April 23rd. Don't miss it. It is the elections for chair and vice chair. That I missed it, and that's how I became chair. So do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make a motion that we.
Motion by Commissioner Leland. Do we have a second?
I second that.
Second. All in favor? Okay. Good night.